Here we are again. Last time I left off, I said I was going to make the distillery and reactor setup. As you can see, here it is. So I have all four byproducts of oil. I guess byproduct's the wrong word. He looks kind of cool. I have all four resulting products from oil being produced here. So we have heavy oil, light oil, naphtha, and refinery gas. All four of them being produced. I separated this one because light oil happens to make a whole shitload of, what's it called? Refinery gas, and also a lot of naphtha, but very little heavy fuel and light fuel. So these both filled up really quickly, and I don't yet need them for anything else, so I'm just letting the two oil types run for now, because obviously I will need to combine them into diesel, which is actually the setup that I already have downstairs, but with this new one, hopefully it'll be a little bit more clean. I think it looks pretty nice. I tried to keep all the stuff nice and organized. It was a bit of a process figuring out how I wanted to have the items get transported. I ended up using these Ender.io item conduits, which I have never used before now, but they're really nice. You can kind of go into them and set if it's supposed to pull out or insert, if it wants a redstone signal, all of that fun jazz. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I understand why people like them so much now. So I'm probably going to be using those a bit more in the future. But another goal of this setup was, it seems like I'm going to be needing a lot of these random little liquids and gases for various things. So now I have little containers all throughout that will hold on to a certain amount that I can just pull out as needed. But I think the first thing I should do is probably knock out these quests here from LV. Which, by the way, my LV is actually getting pretty close to being completely filled out now. But yeah, they're pretty simple quests. I just need to have 16 of each of the different types of things. I already did this one, actually. The only thing that I really need to do further for this setup is hydrogen production, which there's a lot of ways to do that, including just electrolyzing water. But this is the super tank that's supposed to hold the hydrogen. Right now it's empty because it's all, going into the machines to be used. But I think one way that I can create more hydrogen, so this hydrogen sulfide is produced from all of these operations, and it makes both sulfuric acid, and you can get hydrogen back out of it. So my plan is probably to electrolyze this stuff directly, and then also make sulfuric acid with it. But long term, well, not even that long term, slightly longer term, I want to make a multi-block that is apparently very, very, very strong, the Large Chemical Reactor, the LCR, as the cool kids call it. I want to make one of these for sure. I was actually just going to make it initially, like, off the bat, because it pretty much invalidates all of these reactors, as far as I understand it. I think it can just do everything. But you have to have PTFE, which of course stands for polytetrafluoroethylene. My god, I'm going to be an actual chemist by the end of this mod pack. However, getting that material is a little bit more involved than you might at first glance think. So if I show the HV quest, this is the polytetrafluoroethylene quest. You get it with hydrofluoric acid and chloroform. I was actually originally going to do that off camera because obviously the LCR, as I said, is going to make a lot of this stuff not even useful anymore. Well, it's still useful, but a lot less useful. But I got pretty far into the process of making hydrofluoric acid and chloroform, and it was just a huge pain in the ass. And then I saw how much I was going to need to actually make the multi-block, and I was like, okay, I should really just do the oil setup, and then everything will be so much easier from there. Yeah, there's really just a lot of steps to the process, and a lot of quests in between that I'm gonna have to do anyways, so I figured I'll just follow down the quest line to get that. No big deal. It shouldn't be that difficult, really, in the grand scheme of things. Maybe I'll do that today. But having all these liquids and gases at their varying stages will be a huge help for that, just because there's so much involved, and it's kind of a lot to manage. Anyways, now with all that yapping done, I think let's knock out those LV quests that I was talking about earlier. Light sulfuric fuel, need 48 sulfuric light fuel. Kind of shocking that I've never actually held that in my inventory already. Oh, I actually don't have enough for that. That's going to take a while to build up. I did already do the heavy one, interestingly. And then 16 sulfuric gas. There's that quest done. And then 16 refinery gas. And then continuing on to this, it actually tells me to make methane, which is just from distilling refinery gas, so very easy to do. Not sure if I need to do that yet. Okay, and then I was digging around a little bit. It looks like I am technically able to make cetane boosted diesel now. Through a very complicated process, wherein which I need to combine nitric acid and ethanol, I guess. And then making both of those, I need all of these things. Ammonia, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and then sulfuric acid and acetic acid, which I can technically make all of these. I just need an HV chemical reactor, which I think I can make right now, which, you know, maybe that's what I want to focus on today, because I was looking at it. Cetane boosted diesel uses it gives out 1,000,000 EU, which compared to a diesel cell, that's literally 2 times as good, which is kind of huge. I think the only thing that would maybe be a limiting factor for me here is nitrogen. You need nitrogen for a lot of this, and I am able to make nitrogen, but I don't know if I can automate it. I also don't know if I can make it in large quantity. It seems like pretty much every part of this would require nitrogen in one way or another. But I think for now, I'm just going to follow the quest book. I imagine it probably will cover all of this relatively soon. Yeah, here it is. This is the whole tree that I was just figuring out on my own. It looks like it walks me through it. So, but all of that in mind, I do think that's the direction I want to go with things, down this chemical reactor line, just because there's a lot of valuable stuff there. But I also want the macerator here. But again, I'm worried about being able to actually power all of this, so I think going down the chemical reactor route first would make the most sense. Because right now, if I make a bunch of these complex machines and can't even power them, well, congratulations, I've accomplished nothing. So it's going to be a questing episode, I think. But before that, yeah, I got sidetracked again. I apologize. Let me keep knocking out these LV quests. I'll go ahead and make all these things. And more importantly, I'll start making diesel. I'll mix it upstairs here. Oh, looks like we need a brief intermission for circuit crafting, or 700,000. Be really nice to automate this at some point, but the clean room is coming up soon, which will make circuits a lot easier, or so I'm told. So again, gonna power through until that point. And more circuits means I need more tantalum, which means I need more tantalite, the ore. So I think I'm gonna go pick up the miner from the Twilight Forest. I don't remember what I was mining. Was it? I don't think it was diamond. Seems like it's actually not in the Twilight Forest right now. Oh, where did I put this thing? Oh yeah, I was mining gold, wasn't I? Yeah, and then the creeper and all that shit. Okay, I remember. Well, cool. Got quite a lot of stuff here. A lot of iron. Not too bad. Bit of gold. And even some ruby stuff, which I now know is actually valuable. Even a random little diamond. How fun. One interesting little thing that's happened in my pursuit of getting a lot of ruby, which was in the further pursuit of getting chrome, I ended up getting a crap load of redstone. So I now have, let's see, 13,000 redstone, which actually, for whatever reason, it shows up as like twice the amount with this sometimes. I don't know why. So it's probably closer to like 7,000 or so. Anyways, way more than I will probably ever need. And what's kind of annoying about it is that it takes forever to centrifuge redstone, which I was going to show you there, but it's currently on ruby. So all that to say, I think I'm just gonna get rid of a lot of this redstone. It's clogging up the whole process, and it's no good, no bueno. And for these crushed ones and impure piles, I'm just gonna go ahead and smelt it. It's just easier that way. I don't really care that much about the byproducts for these. Oh, nice, there's a 10% chance for gold from each magnetite. I didn't even realize that. Then on top of the gold that I actually have, probably like an extra 90 or so that I should get from the magnetite. Okay, this will be a good little supply of gold. My god, 48 sulfuric light fuel, so much. Things take it forever. Well, I guess it's not so much as, I think the bigger issue is probably just takes a long time to refine that using light oil. Light oil's kind of dog shit, evidently. I'm setting up the miner on a manganese deposit, or vein, whatever you call it, for the tantalite again. Unfortunately, tantalite is the rarest resource in these veins, but as far as I can tell, it's this is the only way for me to get it, at least for now. Probably gonna have a better way sometime in the future, but you know, that doesn't do me a lot of good at the moment. And I also went ahead and dug all the way down here to do it, just because, my god, how much wasted fuel would I use drilling all the way down through that for no reason? The downside of living on what is basically a mountain. Not quite, but might as well be, you know. Anyways, we are now mining, so I'm just gonna go ahead and claim the chunks around. You know how it goes, same old, same old. And then back up we go. I must confess, I completely forgot about my auto crop farm over here, or the ore farm, I suppose. But it's been collecting very slowly, as you can see. I don't even know how many dozens of hours, and this is all that it has. But you know, I figured why not upgrade it. I've got some resources to add, so I'm compressing some gold blocks and aluminum blocks at the moment. I'm gonna throw them in there. Just another passive source, you know. Why not? It's not gonna hurt anything. We're gonna have 8 gold ore berries growing, and then, oops, it hurts. I'm not sure how many aluminum I'll be adding here, because it's still compressing the blocks right now, but however many blocks I end up with is how many I'll be adding for that. It would seem that magical number is 6. So on top of the existing 4 that I have, I'll now have 10 aluminum ore berries growing at all times and being auto-harvested. So, I mean, if I really focused on this could probably just cheat code the 4 core resources of the mod pack. Maybe I should put my time into that a little bit more heavily, but I don't know. And then I guess I'll go ahead and empty out this chest as well. About time I actually made use of all of this stuff that's been growing for so long now. Well, it's certainly taken long enough, but I do think I finally have the sulfuric light fuel cells that I need for the quest. Oh, there it is. That for a whopping 8 oil cells. Oh, baby. And then 48 regular light fuel cells. Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. That one was much quicker than the other one. Obsidian tank, interesting. 64 buckets, kind of mid. I don't really want any of this crap. Free circuit, I suppose. 106 knocked out on LV now out of 151, so definitely progress. I think resistors have pretty much been solved at this point. This better recipe makes 16. This isn't even the recipe that uses tantalum, by the way. The tantalum one makes 32 a pop, but it makes 16 at a time, so I'm just popping these things out like crazy. Several stacks at a time. That's always good news. Love to have the process get a little bit simpler. Just need a better solution for diodes, which the tantalum will definitely help with. 1 wafer and 4 tantalum wire. I mean, that's really not that bad. I could also do this one, but I think this one is more expensive as far as gallium goes. I think I did the math previously, and that's how it worked out, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, weirdly, I think I'm at the point where the circuit boards are actually the most annoying thing to make in this whole process, which you wouldn't really expect that to be the case. But here we are. Look, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's been like a week and a half that I've been working on this episode, and it's been crazy and busy, and I'm very confused. I don't know what the hell I've shown you this episode. I don't even know what the hell I've done. So here's my plan. I'm just gonna show you the stuff that I've done since the last time I talked to you, and then I'm gonna end the episode because I just need to get this thing out there so I can have a fresh start, because I don't know what the fuck's going on. But basically, so I took this, the gas refinery gas, and then I made a new polyethylene setup. So this is now polyethylene for 54,000. Holy crap! It's fully 100% automated. Did this on a stream. Check out the streams; they're very fun. So basically I just pull from the steam line, I pull from oxygen, I move the oxygen, so now the oxygen tank lives over here where it was originally. Here it is, bada bing bada boom. Back with the good old silicon production line. So we have all the oxygen, I pump it both up there for that thingy, and then I also pump it over here. Ender Creeper goes fucking eat a pee-pee. And then I pump it over here into the EBF. So we have oxygen there now. Really exciting. We have polyethylene there now. Here's a really cool thing. Compressed chest. I made it. If I hit it with an axe, you know what happens? Oh my god, look, it's just there on the ground. And it has all of its stuff in it still. Wowee. Also, it's fucking massive. So I made this. Wanted to show you that. It's very, very, very cool. I can kind of love it a little bit. I think I'm in love with it. And it's not really all that hard to make. It's just like some obsidian, a dark steel, and then a little HV piston. So the HV piston a little bit, you know, saucy type beat. But we make it work. So there's also that. I probably did some other shit in here. I don't fucking remember. Also, I moved the oil setup. You might have seen me put it here with the light oil. I now am aware that light oil fucking sucks ass. So instead, now I'm mining this oil here. And it's currently just going into a super tank. I have not moved the entire pipeline over there because it's fucking far, as you can see. So I guess I'll probably make like a better super tank, one that fit like 8 million or something, and put it in there, and then I'll taxi it back and forth like that. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, I'm collecting oil, good old regular oil, the efficient way now. so I can run it through the machine. It should work exactly the same, except give much better products. And then I can automate the diesel up here once I have a sufficient input of fuel, because right now it's very, very slow. So that's going on. I plan to put an electrolyzer here so that I can take this hydrogen sulfide, electrolyze it to give me hydrogen and sulfur. The sulfur will just go into there. The hydrogen will go back into there. That's the super tank that holds hydrogen that runs all these machines. Yeah, all of this is in the pursuit of the large chemical reactor, LCR as they call it, which I need molten polytetrafluoroethylene for. Wow, hell of a word. But now that I have all this shit automated and beautiful and nice, it should be a lot easier to make that. So I think next episode we'll do the LCR. If you were curious, this is what the quest book is looking like here on the HV tab. So I've got this knocked out and then a bunch of ways to go here. I'm probably going to follow this line here down the chemical reactor so that I can eventually get the polytetrafluoroethylene, which I've basically already gotten all of these things. So it should be a very productive questing episode next time. But yeah, need to wrap this one up because, as I said, I'm really discombobulated with it. Don't know what the fuck is going on. So yeah, thanks for watching. Give it a like down below if you want. Subscribe if you want to see more muchos viewing. I don't remember what the word is for watch in Spanish. Anyways, yeah, thanks all that stuff, and happy Halloween. All right, see you later. Meow.